Erik, a Viking warrior, knew only battle. Victory after victory. Glory meant nothing. The clang of swords, the cries of the fallen, and the blood-soaked fields were his constant companions. Each triumph on the battlefield felt hollow, a fleeting moment of pride that quickly faded into the abyss of his soul. The cheers of his comrades, the songs of their victories, all seemed distant echoes in his weary mind. Each victory brought more emptiness. He yearned for peace, aching for it. The solitude of the desolate shore called to him, a stark contrast to the chaos of battle. He found himself wandering, searching for something he couldn't quite name. The peaceful landscapes he gazed upon seemed like a distant dream, a world he longed to be a part of. Legends spoke of a land shrouded in mist, a land of peace, a land called Fjordheim. It was said to be a place where warriors could lay down their arms and find solace. The mist-covered mountains and serene landscapes painted a picture of tranquility that Erik desperately sought. The tales of Fjordheim were whispered among sailors and warriors alike, a beacon of hope in a world of strife.
Many dismissed it as a myth, a sailor's tale. Erik clung to hope. The intense eyes of the weathered Viking reflected his determination. He had faced countless storms at sea, but this journey felt different. It was not just a quest for a mythical land, but a journey to find himself, to discover a life beyond the sword. He decided to find Fjordheim, for himself. The rough waters and distant horizon did not deter him. Each wave that crashed against his ship was a step closer to his dream. He sailed with a purpose, driven by a longing that burned deep within his heart. For all warriors tired of fighting. Around the campfire he saw the same weariness in the eyes of his fellow warriors. They too were tired of the endless battles, the constant struggle. Erik's quest was not just for himself but for all who yearned for a life of peace. His heart ached for tranquility. The calm sea mirrored his inner longing. Each day, each night, his thoughts were consumed by the vision of Fjordheim, a place where his weary heart could finally find rest.
The village elders scoffed. His brother warriors laughed. They couldn't understand his yearning for something different, something beyond the endless cycle of raids and battles. To them, the idea of peace was a foreign concept, almost laughable. They called him a fool. Peace was weakness. They believed that only through strength and conquest could they secure their place in the world. But Erik saw things differently. He saw the toll that constant fighting took on their people.
Erik ignored them. He walked through the village, his mind set on a different path. He had a vision of a life where they could thrive without the need for bloodshed. A life where they could build, grow, and prosper in harmony. He knew the cost of war, the scars it left on the soul, not just the body. He would find peace. The memories of fallen comrades and the pain of loss were etched into his very being. He wanted to spare future generations from the same fate.
He gathered supplies, repaired his father's longship, the Havfru. Every plank he fixed, every sail he mended brought him closer to his dream. The ship was more than just a vessel. It was a symbol of his hope and determination. She was sturdy, reliable, ready for the journey. The Havfru had weathered many storms, and Erik believed she would carry him to a new beginning. The calm shore where she rested seemed to whisper promises of a peaceful future.
Doubts crept in. Could he really find the peace he sought? Was it just a foolish dream? The weight of uncertainty pressed on him, but he knew he had to try. Like whispers in the wind, he pushed them aside. The voices of doubt were like the rustling leaves, persistent but ultimately ignorable. His resolve was stronger than his fears. Faith in the legends fueled him, hope his compass. The stories of distant lands where peace reigned gave him the courage to embark on this journey. With the map in his hand and hope in his heart, Erik set sail towards the horizon, ready to carve out a new destiny.
The Havfru cut through the icy water, leaving his past behind. The sun shone brightly, the wind filled the sails, a good omen, but the seas are fickle, storms raged, waves crashed against the hull, threatening to swallow them whole.
Erik and his men persevered, their strength tested, their resolve unbroken. They were Vikings, fearless, determined. They would reach Fjordheim, or die trying.
The stranger vanished into the night, leaving behind an air of mystery, leaving Erik with the map, a relic from a forgotten time filled with cryptic symbols and ancient runes, and more questions than answers. Erik's mind raced with possibilities and uncertainties. One night, under a sky ablaze with stars, a stranger appeared. His presence was both comforting and unsettling. Old eyes full of wisdom. The stranger's gaze seemed to pierce through Erik's very soul. He offered Erik a map, not just any map, but one that promised to reveal the secrets of the universe, not of land and sea, but of the soul, a guide to inner peace and enlightenment. Fjordheim is not a place, it is a state of mind, a realm of dreams and whispers. It is a state of mind. Weeks melted into months as Erik and his crew sailed towards the unknown. The journey took its toll. Supplies dwindled, hope flickered. Yet the promise of Fjordheim kept them going, a beacon in the darkness. He began to understand. Peace wasn't a destination, it was a journey. It lived within. He just had to find it. The map, the key. He faced storms of doubt, whirlpools of despair. His resolve wavered, yet he pressed on, guided by the map, driven by his yearning. The map was cryptic, full of riddles, testing Erik's wisdom, his patience, his spirit.